I don't know how to start this. Because what a year 2020 has been. Um, I want to sort of monologue this. This is just coming off the top of my head. But I don't know. I'm looking over there. There's just a pile of shoes over there. You can pan to that. There's just some shoes. Some nice shoes. Those are my shoes. I don't have that many shoes. It's just laying there. Okay, I'm just looking at them. What a year 2020 has been. I wouldn't be on Twitter if it wasn't for the pandemic and the coronavirus and all that. It's the same thing. Just wow, this year has been chaotic, I think is a good word for it. Just a lot has happened in 1 year. There's the election, the coronavirus, all these different the bushfires in Australia, all these so many different things in 1 year. It was a terrifying year, and we've been stuck at home, just having to watch it all happen. Just wow. A lot of people have been lost during this pandemic, and it's really sad. I'm really sorry if you were or someone you loved were affected by the pandemic. I'm really sorry because it's terrible, and I'm really sorry for that. But wow, this year has been insane, definitely. I so this is why I didn't know how to start this. This is my first time ever doing this. I was really surprised on how many of you would be like inclined. 120 of you voted, and like I think 74 of you nominated people. Wow, it's just cool. It's really awesome. I got Twitter back in April. I now have like 315 followers. That's pretty cool. I like that. It's up, but yeah, just wow. This is so cool. But yeah, 2020 has been a crazy year, and I just wanted to end it off. Like it's not ending yet, but hopefully soon, because what a terrible year this has been. So I just want to end it off with something a bit lighthearted. Just give out some awards. Not really physically, because pandemic and a lot of you live all over the world and stuff like that. But just know, if I could give you an award, I would definitely give you one, because I've met some incredible people on this app, and like I just love it. So thank you, and now we can start the 2020 Twitter Awards. 20 Twitter Awards. Okay, we're gonna do this now. I'm moving my little things going like side to side. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, biggest simp. Who did it? The people nominated: Nick, Julian, Trey, and Annabelle. Number 4, Annabelle. Number 3, Trey. Number 2, Nick. Number 1, Fingerfoot let it. No, wait. Number 1. That wasn't even funny. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Number 1, Julian. Look at this fucking idiot. What do you mean? I mean, I love him. I really do love him. He's a great person. A lot of you on Twitter are really great. Oh, I'm so jumpy. I don't know what I'm doing. Best cult. Because there's been some. Okay, number 1. Not 1. People nominated: Cursed Homosexuals, The Granges, Annabelle's Horse, Trump supporters. I really wanted Trump supporters to win, because that would have been really funny. Things just flapping in my face. Number 4, Trump supporters. Number 3, Annabelle. Number 2, The Granges. And number 1, the best cult of all time. I mean, of the 2020 Twitter Awards. It's my first time doing this. I'm not prepared. The Cursed Homosexuals, with this terrible picture that I just stole from Discord. You know, and I just, yeah, these people are great. Everyone on the server is a great person. I just love them a lot. They're great people. I love you guys. You're cool. You're cool. I mean, you're cool. You need to stop laughing. Okay. For most sexual tension on the timeline, the people nominated: Aaron and Trey, Bodie and Emily, Annabelle and Bodhi, Nick and Julian, and Meg and Marie. The people voted. And these are the results. For number 4, we got Annabelle and Bodhi. Number 3, Bodhi and Emily. Number 2, Aaron and Trey. And number 1, the most sexual tension on the timeline. We got Nick and Julian. Look at them, the two lovebirds. Love them so much. So beautiful. So beautiful. Okay. Yeah, okay. For most ratioed, the people nominated: Nick, Emily, me, and Annabelle. The people voted. Number 4, me. I'm not really ratioed that much, but I have been. Number 3, Annabelle. Number 2, Emily. And number 1, the most ratioed, Nick. I messed up on the I. It's not supposed to be capitalized. Because duh. But I did it. Because I'm a maniac. That's for biggest Twitter beef, people nominated: Nick and Trey, Emily and Julian, Lindsay and the dance team, and Seb and everyone. I really thought Seb was gonna win because fucking Seb and everyone. That was amazing. I mean, not amazing. It was just a lot. It was a lot that happened with that. Yeah. And people voted: Emily and Julian. Number 4. Number 3, Lindsay and the dance team. Number 2, Seb and everyone. And the number 1 spot for the biggest Twitter beef of 2020, Nick and Trey. That's visual representation of what happened on the timeline. Beautiful. Okay, for most horny, I just search up horny. My search history is just filled with sexual pictures, I think. It's because of this word, because I couldn't find one that just, I don't know. Okay, people nominated: Nick, Solar, Julian, and Mariah. I hope it's Mariah. If it's not Mariah, I'm really sorry. I try to pronounce it correctly, and if it's not pronounced correctly, I'm really sorry. So yeah, people voted Mariah. Again, if it's not pronounced like that, I'm really sorry. I forget it sometimes, okay? Number 3, Julian. 2, Nick. And number 1, most horny person on the timeline, Solar. Look at that man. He's so horny. That's not actually him, but beautiful. Okay, for the most wholesome, people nominated: Scott Grange, Marie, Roshi, Brooke, Hoda, and McKenna. The people voted: number 4, Marie. Number 3, Brooke. Number 2, Roshi. And the number 1 spot for the most wholesome person of 2020 Twitter is Scott Grange. She is amazing. She's so cool. Thank you for being you. You're just awesome. You're so cool. I love you. You're cool. For biggest sexy, we got the people nominated: Megan, McKenna, Emily, and Theo. These 3 are minors. Let me remind you. She's not. She's a married woman. Okay. People voted: number 4, McKenna. Number 3, Emily. Number 2, Theo. So hot. And for the number 1 spot, Megan. Megan's cool. She's my best friend. BFF. Right there. Fist bump. What am I doing with my life? I fucking don't. Okay. Most likely to become famous. People nominated: Emily, Bodhi, Bodhi, Roshi, me, Titus, McKenna, Annabelle, Nick, Trey, and Megan. A lot of people were tied. That's why there's a lot of nominations. Tied for 3rd, Titus, McKenna, and Bodhi. 2nd, Emily. And number 1, most likely to become famous, Trey. Beautiful, man. This is fame, bro. I hate myself. Okay, for tweets the most, the people nominated: Emily, Marie, Titus, and Annabelle with 2 L's. The people voted: number 4, Titus. Number 3, Annabelle with 2 L's. Number 2, Marie. And number 1, most person to tweet a lot. That made sense. Emily. She tweets a lot. I'm deleting Twitter. I don't know for how long. The people nominated: Naheen, Jose, Roshi, and Marie. The people voted Roshi. 3, Marie. Number 2, Naheen. And number 1, most who says, I'm deleting Twitter, I don't know for how long, Jose. That's him. For cutest Twitter couple, people nominated Aaron and Trey, Jose and Caroline, Annabelle and Annabelle, Cyber and Ari. People voted number 4, Cyber and Ari. Number 3, the Annabellas. Number 2, Jose and Caroline. And number 1, Aaron and Trey. Aw, they're so cute together. Yay! For most out of pocket, the people nominated Nick, Jose, Trey, Annabelle, Bodie, and Julian. Out of pocket, that's you. Number 4, Annabelle. Number 3, Bodie. Number 2, Nick. And number 1, most out of pocket, is Trey. Once again, he is racking up these awards. It's because of the people. The people voted. 120 of you. For biggest geek, Nick, Gabe, me, Theo, and Bodie. The people voted Nick, Theo, number 2, Bodie, and number 1, me. Look, I'm even wearing the same hat. That's pretty cool. I like that. Okay. For canceled the most, the people nominated Seb, Nick, Emily, and Christian. The people voted number 4, Christian, number 3, Nick, number 2, Emily, and the number 1 most canceled person is Seb. A lot of drama happened. He's canceled. For most bangers, the people nominated Trey, Bodie, Emily, Christian, and Joe. The people voted number 4, Christian, number 3, Bodie, number 2, Emily, and the number 1 most bangers for 2020, Trey. That's him making the bangers at his house. That's him. It's pure footage of him. For most likely to wear a maid outfit, the people nominated Trey, me, Julian, McKenna. The people voted number 4, Julian, number 3, McKenna, number 2, Trey, and number 1, it's yours truly. That's me in flannel. I'm even wearing the same flannel. Not the Santa hat though, because I don't know. All right. For best coverage of the election, the people nominated Emily, Gabe, Pollock, and Riley. The people voted Riley, number 4, number 3, Emily, number 2, Pollock, and by one vote, it was very close. By one vote, it's yours truly again. That's me as a news anchor. Okay. For most irrelevant, but not really, we love you. The people nominated Guada, McKenna, Mac, and Pookie. I don't know your actual name. I'm really sorry. Since McKenna and Mac were the only ones who actually volunteered to be a part of this category, I will announce their placement. It is not fair to the other two, and it is a toxic category that I made up. I mean, it was more McKenna and Mac. It's their fault. It's not mine. We love you all, though. You're all great people. Number 2, Mac, and McKenna is the most irrelevant. I'm sorry, I don't know if you want that or not. And finally, it's come down to this amazing, crazy, weird, terrible year. Not amazing at all. The 2020's best Twitter account. For 2020's best Twitter account, the people nominated Trey, Nick, Annabelle with 2 L's, Annabelle with 1 L, and Aaron, and Titus. The people voted. Number 4, Aaron. Number 3, Trey. Number 2, Nick. And finally, the best Twitter account of 2020 is none other than Annabelle. That's her. That's Annabelle. She's the best account for 2020. Good job, Annabelle. You did a great job. This is everyone did great. The people voted all these different categories. I'm just amazed and surprised that all of this could happen, and like just 120 of you voted, and just thank you all for participating. And hopefully, if I'm not as nervous and bad as I was and weird as I was this year, next year I can do this again next year, and you guys can make more categories, and this could just be an actual annual thing. So thank you all again for participating, and this was a terrible year, but at least this was someone's highlight. I don't know. It was fun making this and having everyone be supportive and everything, and just having like a fun time. I liked that. So thank you again, and hope next year is not even close to as bad as this year was. All right, see ya.